Day in the life of an HMTT Riley student. As you can see, is a pretty early start to the morning. About 0600, we're going to go ahead and hit out the door and get ready to load up in the duty vehicles to head into the work site. For the most part, you'll be split into 4 different groups, 2 night shift crews and 2 day shift crews. The shifts primarily are from 7 to 7, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., and 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. Currently, I am on the front end of my morning day shift. From the hotel to the hospital, it's about 15-20 minute drive. And then from the hospital to your training site, the classroom, it's about a 5-minute walk depending on where you park. Get into the classroom, you'll see the night shift still in there, finishing up their debrief, but you'll go ahead and start your morning brief and go ahead and get your form ready to track your work. Once you finish with that, it's time to go ahead and head to your department for the work. Today, I was assigned to the STICU, and in the STICU, sometimes you'll have patients who need surgery, so I went ahead, took my patient down to the OR to prepare for surgery. Down in the OR, you need to always don the proper PPE to get ready to observe and or assist in the surgery. This particular surgery took a few hours. Now I am done with the surgery, and I'm going to go ahead and take the patient back to the ICU, doff my PPE, and go ahead and change back into my working scrubs. Once I return back in my working scrubs, make sure you take your OR scrubs back to the scrub X and return them to get your credit back. And as always, once you finish doing something, make sure you chart your work. So after charting my work, it's time for chow. So I head down to the hospital cafeteria area to grab some food. They have a lot of different options in there, healthy, unhealthy, a lot of good snacks. Choice is yours. After I grab my food, head back to the training classroom for a first half debrief and a lunch and learn. There we'll talk about our experiences in our particular departments with all the other students, and we'll learn from each other. After about 70 minutes, we'll head back to our department to finish the second half of our shift. So, happens in my shift, my patient ended up needing a second surgery, so I headed back to the OR and don and doff my PPE. The second surgery basically took me to the end of the shift, so when I returned my OR scrubs, I headed back to the classroom to finish charting and to finish my shift debrief. Once I got done with that, it was time to hit the door, depart the training site for the evening, and head back to the hotel. Once we got back to the hotel, it's about 19:07, and it's time for PT.